Imagine fighting in an unstable world while using a text that has a negative and positive feedback on the player. Skin crawl is a third person action survival that will use the back of a dog for its world map. As the player, you will have your bare hands as a basic combat system, with also the ability to dodge out of harm's way. Through your survival, you will be able to create hair swords from your hair that you'll find anywhere on the map. Using the weapon will in turn increase your damage and also apply a dry skin bar to the player that will decrease the player's defense as the bar increases as well. The game's time frame will be based off of real world time. 1 hour in the real world will be 3 hours in the game world. The player will encounter things called supply drops that contain water and food potions. The supply drops will only come once the player has one or less of the food and water potions that are used to refill the water and food meters in his inventory. For combat, the player will have two basic attacks to choose from to smite down his foes, but due to the high attack, dodging will be a huge help in not losing a lot of health. Skin crawl has many meaningful decisions in the game. For example, using your bare hands over using the hair sword. If you choose to use your bare hands, you will lack in attack, but you won't have to worry about the dry skin affection bar that will weaken your defense. If you choose to use the hair sword, your attack will be extremely helpful of defeating your foes quickly, but you will get the dry affection bar applied to your UI and you will get your defense weakening. The goal of the game is to use the necessary supplies you have and the weapons you have available to survive for 72 hours in this unstable world until the scientists of the world of labs find a way to return you to your normal size and get you the heck out of there. The rules of the game are simple. You may not pass the borders that are placed in the world, and you also may not commit suicide. The forces that will be in your way of completing your goal will be enemies such as flies, ticks, bed bugs, and any other creepy crawlers that you can think of. Our supply drop mechanic is exactly like our survival, but instead of dropping random stuff, it drops exactly what you need. The main risk I'm going to run into is the randomization for the supply drops. That will consist of making sure the supply drops drop in random locations and not just the same area of the map, while also making sure they are not spawning too frequently and too little as well. Now let me ask you, are you ready to play?